We kick it off 25 lapper, and that's a dash in a lot of places. It's a dash here at Knoxville, but it is a half-mile dash. This is a fast racetrack. It's a big racetrack, and Mother Nature's made sure she's going to be even faster here tonight.
Well, we got one noticeable thing here besides the rain and working, and it's tacky, right? I mean, it is.
Well, not the press box. The racetrack is.
Not that. Earl Pearson Jr. brought. They cut down the berm here on the inside, right? We asked for that at USIT's, right? And they kind of did some work there. But they are shaving this baby down here tonight. So we'll see if they can get that left front up on there. But, yeah, 10,000 to win tonight, tomorrow night. It's the best of the two nights. Same format tonight as tomorrow night. Remember when we used to do an invert of 8?
That's right.
It's an invert of 6 here tonight for the heat race.
Yeah, and
the heat races.
Have your abacus ready, your calculators, the scientific, your TI-82s, because we're going to have some inverts. We're going to have guys getting their time back. We're going to have other guys not going to get their time back. And again, tonight we'll have a complete show, tomorrow a complete show, and then coming up tomorrow, and then on Saturday, the $75,000 to win program. And it all ramps up here. Over $60,000 got added to the payout here this weekend. James, you see the pit area drivers getting ready for action. And taking a look at the My Race Pass race info tonight. Of course, we'll start with Dirt Draft Hot Laps, and then from there into All-Star Performance Time Trials. Then we'll have 4 heat races coming your way. The top 6 in each heat race will be inverted.
Right.
The top 5 drivers transfer out of those heats to the main event. They will get their times back. Everybody else will move off to B main action in tonight's feature, 25 laps. And your lineup on Saturday, where you're locked into the feature or you're in one of the B mains, well, that is determined by your performance either tonight or tomorrow night. It's not cumulative. It's your best night. So
and
that's
the top
something
24 Ben will be locked in here for Saturday night. And then all kinds of activities going on over the next couple of days. As you see, we have nearly 40 cars. We should go over the 40 mark here tomorrow. A couple of more coming in tomorrow. But they will be behind in the points, by the way, after tonight. When Knoxville, Iowa, 1901, Ben.
It's been a minute.
This race first started in 2004 on a cold Saturday night in October. I was doing the Dirt Track World Championship at Bardstown. They was here. It was about 40 degrees. Brian Burkhofer won the first one, right? And we've got 4 previous winners in the house tonight. The defending champion, Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thorne Jr., and Brian Shirley.
And, of course, when Brian Shirley won it, not yet a Lucas Oil event. He'll go after his first ever Lucas Oil win here tonight. Right now, though, we're going to step aside. You see the water tower. We're going to thank some marketing partners. We come back, creeping up on Dirt Draft Hot Laps here from the 21st annual Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals, presented by All Makes Collision from here at Knoxville Raceway. We'll be right back.
I don't know what it is. I totally feel like I'm a kid again when I get on my buzz bike.
Your horsepower, baby. You know me, I like horsepower.
We no longer bring golf carts to the racetrack because we have buzz bikes.
The University of Northwestern Ohio can turn your passion for all things diesel into a profitable career. On the shop floor, in our live engine rooms, or on the diesel dynos, 70% of your training is hands-on.
There's a good chunk of the time where you're just in the shop all day, and it's really enjoyable to apply what you just learned in the textbook.
From light duty to heavy duty, even specialty training in Mack and Volvo engines.
You can get pretty much a job anywhere if you're going to a top school for diesel, and they want you.
Get started today at unoh.edu.
Hey race fans, Burdick's RV Center is your full-line Renegade RV dealer in the Northeast. Travel to and from your destination in extreme luxury, Class C and Super C motorhomes like no other. Choose a new Renegade Explorer or the incredible Renegade Classic, while the new Renegade XL stands above them all. We'll help arrange financing and work with your trade-in too. So chase races, chase your dreams with Renegade at Burdick's RV Center in Cicero, New York, or burdicksrvcenter.com.
V-Land is proud to be an official partner of the 2023 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Check us out at www.vland.com for more info. See you at the races. ARP, the ultimate fasteners for racing in the dirt. With high horsepower demands, ARP delivers maximum clamping force and performance. When failure on the dirt is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Sunoco. Higher standards, higher octane, take the lead. Big River Steel, developing sustainable steel made with the world's most advanced mini mill technologies. And Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive.
Well, Lucas Oil, longtime sponsor here. We got a soccer. Well, there you go. Dustin Jarrett, he'll be joining us tomorrow night. Is he in a volleyball game tonight, I assume?
I don't know if he's playing in one. You can't keep up with that dude anymore. But yeah, a little soccer match. The weather's been sketchy here today, but tonight it's overcast right now, and we're full speed ahead on the opening night of this event. And again, it's going to be a bang show. We're the only event here tonight. 39 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series competitors in action from here at Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa. And I tell you what, Tiffany, let's take a look at the weather and let's see what it tells you. It's told us 18 different things today because the weather's changed that many times. But right now, a very pleasant 72 degrees, a light wind at 6 miles per hour. So if you missed that game in the soccer match, missed the goal in the soccer match, you can't blame the wind. And I would say it's more unified clouds than broken clouds, but I'm not going to argue with Tiffany.
Maybe the Knoxville Panthers will have a home game tomorrow night, and you and I can do play-by-play along with Dustin tomorrow night.
We can kick a ball for the Fighting Windows.
There is your defending Lucas Oil Knoxville Late Model Nationals winner. There's Bob. It was 2004 was the first one. Of course, Bob Pierce there is Bobby Pierce's dad, the number one ranked dirt late model driver in the nation. 29 wins this year, trying to go back-to-back. Last year was 50,000. It is a record. I believe the state of Iowa, right? Not only Knoxville, but 75,000 to win, Ben, here on Saturday night.
Well,
300 and some thousand dollars.
352,000 plus on the weekend. Well, right now, the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP. The championship battle starts next week officially at Brownstown. But right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. is your points leader up top the Big River Steel standings. 40 markers, the Midwest Sheet Metal mark man. Devin Moran in third. Hudson O'Neill, he has got the fourth spot locked up. Now, third and fourth, they're kind of mixing it up. That can be determined on Saturday, first and second. But nobody from Brandon Shepard on back has a chance to make it in this championship battle, Jake.
Yeah, no championship points tonight or tomorrow night. Saturday, mentioned again, no provisionals tonight or tomorrow night. But that fifth place also very important, Ben, because that's going to be $100,000. So right now, Brandon Shepard has it over Garrett Alverson, Brandon Overton, Dalton Wilson, who's back with us tonight, Carson Ferguson, and Donald McIntosh. By the way, Dalton Wilson got hardship points voted on by the drivers back at Lernerville. They were down engines, but he is here tonight through the rest of the Lucas Oil season. And the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Right now, Donald McIntosh looking pretty good, Ben.
Yeah, he is. He's got a 220-point lead over Iowa's own Daniel Hilsebeck, and then Dan Ebert, the Minnesota racer, in third. And that rounds out right now the battle for that $20,000 cash top prize, $18,000 and contingency prizes, or not contingency, and product prizes for the winner as well. Second and third is going to get some cash. We want to thank O'Reilly Auto Parts and all the great sponsors. And the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series schedule, James, well, it keeps getting smaller and smaller on the list. Yeah. We are now down to just 5 lines of action remaining, but man, they're all good ones, including here this weekend.
What about Iowa this weekend? Knoxville here 3 nights. The Hoosier State next week, starting with Wednesday night, the FloRacing Night in America from Hopstadt.
Yes, sir.
Then we go to C.J. Rayburn Memorial. I mean, without some people like C.J. Rayburn and Forrest Lucas, we would not be here doing what we're doing. We're going to honor C.J. Rayburn next Friday night at Brownstown, 10,000 to win. The 46 Jackson 100 next Saturday night, that'll be 50,000 to win. Then we head to Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgher. Those will be 2 separate shows as well, like Brownstown, Ben. And that will be 10,000 to win on a Friday, then 50 on a Saturday. And then at Eldora, tickets still on sale for Carl Schwartz 45th Dirt Track World Championship. $100,000 to win. Camping and tickets, EldorasSpeedway.com.
Lots of money, lots of history to all those tracks. Definitely lots of history right here at the Marion County Fairgrounds, Knoxville Raceway. We're going to step aside once again. They're putting engine heat in the super late models in the pit area. And we come back, Dirt Draft Hot Laps as we kick off the 21st running of the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals. You're either joining us here in the house or you're watching it all live at FloRacing. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway. Race cars making their way to the staging lanes, preparing for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And James, all Iowa team looks like what, buddy, for Dirt Draft? What do you
Well,
put
you
on
got to
all
start
Iowa
with
team?
Brian Burkhofer, right? You've got to have like Ken Walton. Man, there's so many great. Steve Boley, Oxford, Iowa, Steve Boley. There's just so many of them. I mean, where do you start at, right?
We should have got Cade Loudy up here in the tribute to Steve Boley, that 26
His grandpa,
card.
yes, that's exactly right. Well, there you go, Dirt Draft. Go to dirtdraft.com or get the app. If you're a new subscriber tonight, you get $100,000 in, what do you call it? Monopoly money, play
It's
money.
fantasy money. It's
Fantasy money.
Yeah.
Fantasy league. You got to pick the top 5 in tonight's main event, who that's going to be, right? It don't have to be in that order. They have to be in that order?
It's just your highest 5. You want the best average finisher in your top 5.
And they got a salary cap. Each driver has a salary cap. So I would guess probably a Pierce, Davenport, Ricky Thornton would have the highest.
They
cap,
would,
right?
and that's the deal. Sometimes you don't have those guys, so that you can have 5 other guys that might finish, I don't know, in positions, 4 to 11, and you hope one of those guys wins. Get to Dirt Draft, get signed up, Google Play the App Store. You'll get a free T-shirt for new subscribers. And I tell you a guy that I bet he's got a Dirt Draft T-shirt, but he's also got a lot of feature wins this year, making his Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series debut. Dallin Murdy sitting down in staging, and that number 99X. And boy, I tell you what, that kid is good in everything he's in, jumps in, and this has been no exception as he's jumped into the late model division. And you see him sitting down there in the Murdy Farms Van Reese Motorsports entry. A Longhorn Vic Hill Power. He has won 15 races this year, 7 in the late model. He leads the Rookie of the Year standings with the SLMR Tour, and I'm hearing talk you could see him full-time in Super Late Model racing next year.
No doubt about it. And he's only 20 years old, right? So this race started the year before he was born.
Think about that.
2004 it started. He was born in 2005. And as you mentioned, the number of wins this year, and truly an exceptional talent. And you got Dallin Murdy. You've got Dylan Thornton here tonight. And you've got, Ricky Thornton Jr.'s back in Iowa. He's just down the road in Indianola. So, man, it is awesome here what we have going on in the state of Iowa. That Malvern Bank East and West Series, pretty stout. And they're going to be here this weekend. Several more of their drivers here for Saturday night. There is Chris Simpson. How about the white and blue for the Oxford, Iowa driver?
I mean, that's a beautiful race car, and obviously he's had good runs here before in the Lucas Oil Late Model Nationals here, and he's a guy that, man, if an Iowa guy like can win, obviously Burkhofer wins the inaugural one, but Chris and Chad have been close before. Man, to get a win here this weekend, and he brought a brand new wrap, and we talk about apparel's a big deal. They got a whole new line of apparel that came out with that race car, the CJ Trucking 32 car, the Hot Rod Septic, and that race car may have been inspired by his favorite beverage he likes to drink after the races.
Well, Chad has a preliminary win. That's his only win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Of course, multi-time MLRA champion Chad Simpson here tonight. Well, he wanted to thank the Johnson family, Jay and his wife.
Look at that.
That is their car.
The Busch Latte, number 32.
Yeah, there's
Chris Simpson down there.
Glad to have him here again, near 40 here tonight. But, man, you got Ryan Gustin. Don't forget about him, right? Marshalltown, Iowa. Todd Cooney up in Des Moines, the car owner. And what a huge win out for him, coming off the $100,000 win at the USA Nationals at Cedar Lake. But they would love nothing more, as right on point there in that Carl Chevrolet entry, the Reaper, Ben.
Yeah, and a few weeks ago he won the Wiener Nationals. Not a lot of guys have won the USA Nationals and the Wiener Nationals in the same year. And his crew chief, Noah Bushman, had a hot dog eating contest. He lost. He told me the guy he lost to was Joey Chestnut the second, is what he told me.
Joey Chestnut the second.
Well, you see Ryan Gustin on your screen, the Allen Seamless Gutters, Hoker Trucking, Wells Motorsports, J. Dickens Powered Infinity by Wells entry. Third in the World of Outlaw standings. Behind him, the veteran Al Humphrey out of Giltner, Nebraska, in car number 6, the Spanel Racing Engine, Victory Circle, Todd's Body and Glass, Choice Agronomics. And I tell you what, nobody loves racing, I think, more than Al Humphrey. He does a lot to support it.
And his teammate this weekend will be Jake Neal from Omaha. Jake from Omaha, right? There's the 19M car, first time here running at Knoxville. That'll be Hunt the Front. That'll be Joseph Joyner. Joseph Joyner in the JCM Motorsports car, the Yellow Hammer, Clyburn Tank Lines, number 19M for Joseph Joyner. They currently, team points at 15th. They do have perfect attendance as far as the team is concerned. And Joyner will be in that car the rest of the season, and we'll find out more about 2026 here coming up.
Yeah, we might see a lot of that driver next year with the Lucas Oil Series. Devin Moran right now, 3rd in the series standings. The Big River Steel Double Down Motorsports. Bill Stein, Lazy Days RV number 99. He picked up a $10,000 win, the Jim Dunn Memorial at Muskegum Speedway last week. His 11th win on the year. And he's going after his first Lucas Oil title this year. And the number 93 car, I'll tell you what, he debuted that race car at Eldora. Had a lot of bad luck, but he's slowly getting it turned around. Carson Ferguson out of Lincolnton, North Carolina.
It is going to be on that black dirt. How about Junior Coover? Man, it's always great to see him here. We met him for the first time here several years ago. Back with us here tonight out of Norfolk, Nebraska. The veteran driver pitched a 10 in the pit area over there down by the Lucas Oil rigs, and that's where he's camping out this weekend. But
old school.
Old school, man. Always
it.
good to see. I think he sleeps in his uniform. I swear he does. But he's looking for a big weekend and just trying to make the show. That would be huge for him out of Norfolk, Nebraska.
Well, and again, just one of those veterans. And he supports the shows in his area. We saw him up at Houston Speedway, always supported us at I-80. And there he is, Junior Coover. And car number 10, the Wing 10, number 10. And the number 25, one career Lucas Oil win, and that came in a prelim event here at the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals a few years back. Chad Simpson, two-time winner this year, the Johnson Holding Company, JBJ Racing, Grandy Davidson Trucking, Pro Power Racing Engine Longhorn Race Car. 2 wins for the 6-time Corn Belt Class champion, 4-time MLRA champion, Chad Simpson.
One car that'll be driven tonight by Brandon Carpenter. Brandon Carpenter comes to us out of Coldwater, Mississippi in the Carpenter Construction entry. That is the Tennyson Brothers sheet metal. That's a Longhorn with a J. Dickens. First time here, he and his dad, Dean, all the way up here. They said it's been a bucket list track to come to, and why not? It's one of the best tracks in the country.
Well, and I grew up watching his dad, Dean, at Riverside International Speedway in West Memphis, where Sammy Swindell got his start. This same surface that you have here at Knoxville, it's roughly 1,000th the size of Knoxville. It's a tiny quarter mile. Those guys said they were blown away by how nice this facility is. And James, green flag out for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Get your Dirt Draft lineups in. And you have up until the first heat race goes green tonight. A lot of fun. Dirt Draft, again, Google Play, the App Store, as cars getting wound up. And racetrack looks really good. I got here this afternoon, and overnight rain in this morning. It left the place really wet, but these guys really know how to prep a racetrack here at Knoxville Raceway, and they've got it looking great here this evening.
Like I said, you walk across that track, it'll pull your shoes off, no doubt about it. It is tacky as can be. The berm, they have leveled that down as much as they could here at Knoxville, of course, home of the Knoxville Sprint Car Nationals. And for the 21st time, the only year it hasn't been held was in the COVID year in 2020. Remember, we went to I-80, right? We ran a race in place of this here at Knoxville, but been ran 20 times before. What did you say, 15 different winners?
15 different winners. That says a lot about it.
It's a true crown jewel race, no doubt about it.
Well, Carson Ferguson right now, best lap, 17.299. Racetrack's still a little bit slimy, obviously. Chris Simpson second fastest, 17.379. And Earl Pearson Jr. here helping with the Lucas Oil Series. Track record holder all the way back September 25th, 2008, a 16.631. Hurricane blew into town that night, man. They were a second faster than what we see right now.
Good to have him here tonight. Again, no championship points tonight or tomorrow night. And that'll be for Saturday, provisionals for Saturday. There you see the driver leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, Donald McIntosh. And the Billy Hicks 79 car. Not only is he leading the Rookie of the Year points, which is worth $20K and $18K in contingency, he's 10th in the points. So going to get a pretty good check at the banquet here. Coming up next will be the 71 car. He has clinched 4th place in the points, heading to his home track at Brownstown next weekend, Ben.
Yeah, Hudson O'Neill, a 10-time winner this year, the Triple Old Oaks Outfitters, Wheeler Metals, Professional Concrete Cutting Solutions, Clements Powered Longhorn, actually Cornette Power, I believe, under the hood
Cornette,
now.
yes.
Yeah, Cornette Longhorn, 10 wins this year, the 2023 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. Man, I love the look of that race car, and he finished second with this FloRacing Night in America back on last Thursday night at Volunteer Speedway. And then the one car, currently 5th in the standings. You said, James, 5th in the standings this year, $100,000.
Yeah, Brandon Shepard looking for his first win here at Knoxville. What it would be Mark Richards' first as well, right? Mark Richards
is close.
He's been close with Josh Richards. Last year, Tim McCready got that final spot in the chase here last year, but Mark Richards looking for his first win here. How about the throwback on Tyler Bruning in the back of the Longhorn tonight for Skyline Motorsports out of Decorah, Iowa?
What a beautiful race car. That driver of the Skyline Motorsports, Quick Supply, number 16. 1 win on the year. Actually 2 wins on the year now, but the one came with the Lucas Oil Series, his first one back in the opener at Golden Isles. And I think I see Matt Miller every time I see Brian Shirley's new car, James.
You thought it was the Rick DeLong number 3,
That's
right? Matt, yeah, I about said Matt Miller. Brian Shirley won here in 2006, that famous spin to win. He restarted like 31st, if I recall, that night, and came back up through and got the win, but he has never won a Lucas Oil race. There's the 79 car. He, too, looking for his first career win in the Lucas Oil Series. That is the 79, the H&H Auto Sales entry of Donald McIntosh out of Dawsonville, Georgia. There's the driver that's second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, the Banning Chiropractic capital of Daniel Hilsebeck. here in his home state of Iowa. He hails out of Earlham, Iowa.
Behind him, the 38T, Dylan Thornton, the only driver to win the IMCA Super Nationals in 3 different divisions. He's won it in the late model, in the modified last year, in the stock car in 23. 14 wins on the year for the Kai Motorsports, Peterson Insurance, Salty's Barbecue and Catering entry, Cornet Lightning Power under the hood of the Longhorn. Another one of those IMCA ringers finding their way into the super late model ranks.
There's a surprise entry.
And behind him, the 15, good to see him here, Clay Stuckey in that Longhorn by Stuckey Lucas Oil, Advanced Powder Coating Mooring Transport entry. 2 wins this year for that driver. And man, we keep talking about the up-and-coming talent, and he's definitely one of them.
Now, this purse is just tremendous. Again, over $300,000. A lot has been added. There's the 99 car. Be interesting to see how he does this weekend. He's in the Malvern Bank Series. He leads, what, the West Series? Is it Jesse Sobbing? Does he lead the West or the East?
He's 4th in the East, and he leads the West.
He leads the West in the Hertz All Makes Collision. Sherwin-Williams, 99. Jesse Sobbing out of Malvern, Iowa, in the Getchman-owned car.
Never a dull moment when he's on the racetrack.
Oh, no. He's going to be doing double duty probably this weekend, as the Malvern Bank cars will be here for their Saturday night show. Again, Hudson O'Neill, his dad, Don O'Neill, won this race before. By the way, Don O'Neill, he will be at Brownstown next weekend in the Masters Built House car at the C.J. Rayburn Memorial, and the Jackson 100 next weekend. Going to have a stout field there. Again, don't forget, we'll be all live here on Flo next Wednesday night, FloRacing Night in America. You and Dustin upstairs. I'll be doing pit reporting from
Cone Man's back.
Cone Man is back. Conehead is back at Hopstock, Indiana next Wednesday. $20,000 to win in the Rayburn Memorial. 1 week from tomorrow night, $10K, and then $50,000 next Saturday night. There's Frank Heckenash Jr. out of Frankfort, Illinois. Storied Squares. Their Double 66 entry. Glad to have him here tonight out of Frankfort, Illinois.
Man, isn't it great? We got college football. We got a weekend of racing in Iowa. This week we got 3 days of racing in Indiana next week. I love it. I love it. Well, right now getting the racetrack hammered in, and Hudson O'Neill, the fastest in this set of Dirt Draft Top Lap, 17.251. 2023 Lucas Oil and World 100 champion. And they are going to drop.
He came in last year. He was on the bubble, right? As Hornan did not get it.
Heartbreaker last year.
Heartbreak last year. And then Tim McCready got that final spot, and Rocket won a year ago.
I mean, last year we had more drama than any soap opera you want to watch on Saturday. I mean, we had crashes, we had tires, we had rain.
Right.
And there you see.
Cars running out of fuel, didn't we?
We did.
We had for that. Brian Shirley, remember that? He had to be pushed off and so on. There's the big perm. Dalton Wilson back in the 18D here tonight. Subbed in the Augie Bertram Big Frog Motorsports car in Screven a few weeks ago. The James Ratliff owned car. Grant Lee Farms, JR Motor Sales for the big perm. Again, currently standing 8th in the championship points for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 2 wins on, is it? Well, 1 win on the year.
1 win, yeah.
Of course, he won the last ever at East Bay, the Winter Nationals last February.
He did. What a
that's a sharp looking
what's something
car.
to have on your accolades. And yeah, the 32 car, current World of Outlaw point leader, current FloRacing Night in America point leader, 29-time winner this year, Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois. The Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. And a year ago, $50,000 is what he picked up here to become the 15th different driver to win the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals.
If you mentioned FloRacing Night in America, he plans to be at Brownstown next Friday and Saturday as well, does Bobby Pierce. There's the 6 car. That'll be Jake O'Neill and Alan Laura Humphrey's car. Jake Neal. What did I say? Jake O'Neill?
Yeah, take the O off there and you got it, brother.
I figure Jake O'Neill might be here. Not in the 0 car. That is Jake Neal. He is in the 6 car for Alan Laurie Humphrey out of Omaha, Nebraska, the veteran driver. Glad to have him here this week. And there's the 58 car. Ken and Beth, I mean, that is a throwback to Ken's dad, Herschel Roberts, so many years, IMC late models. Ray Gus Jr., by the way, won a race here in that red scheme, as we say, the Sunoco Race Fuels, Low Voltage Solutions entry. I believe it's the last weekend they're running that scheme. They'll be back to the blue next weekend at, I assume they'll be at Hopstock, but obviously at Brownstown. And there's Aaron Morant, late arrival here tonight.
That's right, in the 1X, the Richmond, Missouri driver. 3 wins on the year. B-Mods, late models, he's won them all. The Burlington Auto Repair, Summit Heating and Cooling, Durham-powered Longhorn by VG Performance. Aaron Morant. And riding behind Aaron in car number 76, Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia. 3 wins on the year. And he's currently 7th in the Lucas Oil standings. The Riggs Fiber, Napa Auto Parts, Garnto Southern, Dude Wipes, Clements Powered Factory Longhorn for Brandon Overton. And I think that's going to be all of them, James. I talked to Jake Neal down in the pit area. That's 6. Actually, we got one more out there. How about
Turbo.
Tyler Erb, the General Lee's back? The General Lee's back. So the General Lee is back. The Best Performance Motorsports, Sunoco First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, Clements Powered Rocket for Turbo Lee in the 0-1.
Remember, we were here a couple of years ago. Didn't you do pit reporting for me? When he won both preliminary nights, right? And he had quick change gears, I believe, broke in the main event. Randall Edwards is changing them under a caution flag, and then we had a red flag, and on and on and on. But he had a really good shot here a couple of years ago. Back for more here tonight, Tyler. Yeah.
And I do want to say something that Best Performance Motorsports team they've had a tough past few weeks. Thoughts and prayers to that team, and great to have Tyler out here with us. But again, much respect and love to the Best Performance team. You see Garrett Alberson on your screen. How about Rich Bell? We didn't have the 21B out there. The Sheffield, Illinois driver. The Bell's transmission, Red's Bar and Grill, Ryan Powered Rocket chassis. Good to see him with us. That looks like the car Billy Moyer's run some this year, because Moyer's had the blue and orange 21. How about Moyer getting ready to lock up the Comp Camp Super Dirt Series title? Yeah. And I've heard through the grapevine, and he really means it this time, he wants to go out a champion. This is it. We'll see. He's told me that 78 times.
Ronnie Johnson at 8-7. He's still leading the Southern All-Star points. I believe he is, right? The Chattanooga Flash.
He's getting to the track earlier than ever these days, Ronnie. Aaron Moran, fastest in that set. Last in the pit area, fastest in that set, though. 17.031. We approach the 16-second bracket. And again, Earl Pearson Jr., track record 16.631. We're not that far away. And look at Tyler Erb, as he has shredded a right rear tire, and that crew's going to have some work to do. He's knocked the deck out of that race car. And I tell you what, bad news when you shred one here, but if you shred it and you keep it out of the wall, that is a win, because the speeds these guys carry here, and you see them limping it back to the pits.
Well, there's the 20 RT, the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship points leader.
Hey, tomorrow,
40 points the advantage right now over JD. And again, this is the final weekend of the Big River Steel Big Four.
Yes.
So there's $10,000 bonus money on the line Saturday night. And it's either going to go to Thornton or Davenport.
And I want to mention, if you're staying here on the property, or you're going to get here early tomorrow at 1 p.m., the second floor of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, I'm going to have a 1-hour sit-down Q&A with Ricky Thornton Jr. at the end. I'm going to open it up, and we're going to, it could go dangerous. We're going to take questions from the crowd. But if you have museum admission tomorrow, which is ridiculously cheap for everything you see over there, come join us 1 o'clock, 1 to 2. I'll be talking to Ricky Thornton Jr., the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum outside of Turn 2. And we encourage everybody to come out and ask him a question. But yeah, as you said, a 40-point lead right now. And let's not forget, the last time, I guess it was at Port Royal, as we got down to the Super 8, he took that point lead on the last night from Jonathan Davenport, and he took the Grade 8, I should say. He picked up the bonus that night, $7,500 for being the leader. After this weekend, another $10,000. These bonuses along the way, that's a big deal. Some of these guys are picking up some solid
thanks to Big River Steel, and of course the championship this year, dirt late model record, $250,000 at Eldora, $100,000 to win. Somebody could go. Right now, Thornton, with a good weekend, he could go over $500,000 in earnings just in the Lucas Oil Series. Of course, he came off that win at Eldora. We saw that. The World 100 was $72,000. And how blessed we are, Ben, you and I and Dustin, and to be able to Eldora, Knoxville, Port Royal, Florence, all of these tracks, man, it is an honor and a privilege to be able to bring all the action, everyone out there here on FloRacing. Is it on Flo? Yes, every Lucas Oil race is on Flo.
It is.
How about that high limit finish last night?
Oh, my goodness. I mean,
Aaron
Reitzel made up 4 seconds in the final corner. What a race at Lawrenceburg. And I'll tell you what, is it time for a major national tour to come back to Lawrenceburg?
Well, I think hopefully the Lucas Oil Series, that'd be pretty cool. We were there for several years, and I'll never forget that. Scott Bloomquist won one night. I was interviewing him, and he said, "Hey, James, I got to cut this short. I got to get across the street to Hollywood Casino and win a car." He's won a win. Well, if you don't want to talk to me, go win a car, Scott. I
mean, it's Mr. Papa Giorgio. He put a quarter in. He won a car. Well, the 6 car, Kate led this set out, but on your screen, the 76 car, Blair Nodorf, good old Snowdrift out of Renner, South Dakota, the Pro Power Racing Engine Longhorn, Bargain Barn Motorsports, Western Provision entry. 2-time Tri-State Late Model Series champion is Blair Nodorf. And the number 18 car, you never know where he's going to show up anymore. Chase Younghands, glad that he's here this weekend out of Manhattan, Kansas. Clements Powered Rocket XR1, the Bozard Ford Otis Oil Company, Paulson Rock Products entry for Chase Younghands. His best finish in a Knoxville feature, 6th in 23. He was 8th here last year.
Yeah, such a great payoff here. Again, $75,000. That is a Knoxville late model record here. And there's Jonathan Davenport, a former winner of this race. He's out of Blairsville, Georgia, currently second in the championship point standings. 91 career wins in the Lucas Oil Series. The new Turnac Solutions ASC warranty, Mark Martin Automotive entry, 49 car. And again, a Cornet engine under the hood tonight. And there's Dean Carpenter, Coldwater, Mississippi, the Carpenter Construction entry.
The hammer.
First time here at Knoxville for him and his son, Brandon.
He told me, he said, I know what gears I've run at a lot of places. I'm probably going to run one tonight. In my entire career, I have not. Dean's raced a lot of years. The Tennyson Brothers sheet metal, Jeff Burns powered Longhorn. Good to see some guys from my neck of the woods up here. And
how about Daniel Adam?
Daniel Adam, the Peru, Illinois driver. And, you know, that team this year, Daniel backed up after early in the year, did some mod racing, won in a modded Farmer City. We've seen Dylan McCowan, Mike McKinney, but Daniel Adam making his debut here at Knoxville tonight. And the Adam Family Motorsports Mobilization Funding, Justin L. Langdon Electrical Contractors, number 75.
Out of Peru, Illinois is where he is from now. There you see him. Behind him, the 45 car, that'll be Dan Battaglia. Dan Battaglia, he's out of Gretna, Nebraska, in that MB Customs entry. Stumpy's Custom Cranes, Ben. Do they have any of those down in Memphis? Stumpy's Custom
They
Cranes?
don't. They also don't have his engine builder. No Assassin race engines down in Memphis either. Although we do have the National Guard in town to clean up the town, so we do have that going on.
Well, I thought the National Guard was at Bulls Gap last week.
Well, that was the K9 unit. We were trying to get the stock car feature
I'm glad
out.
you got the rules. When you have to have a sheriff's deputy read the rules to you, then you know. Oh, it's okay.
Well, he with a German Shepherd. That was the determining factor. The 6-car, Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida. Been an up and down year for that team, but man, there's no quit in them. And one win on the year. He won the Carolina Clash at Cherokee Speedway back Labor Day weekend. Wilkerson Farms, Rescue Metal Framing, Impact Electrical Services. Durham-powered Longhorn race car for Clay Harris. Whoa, hang on to it, Clay.
Dan Ebert, there he is. First time here out of Lakeshore, Minnesota, the former USMTS and snowmobile racer in the James Trantina-owned car. Or Dan Ebert, currently third in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. That's, you think, well, Minnesota's not all that far away, but kind of, maybe. He's never been here in anything. Dallin Murray told me he's only been here twice ever even to watch anything.
Yeah, he's never raced anything here, and Dylan Thornton made his debut here last year in the Malvern Banks Series. You see Daniel Adam on your screen, James. This will be the final wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, All-Star Performance, Super Late Model Qualifying, lining up in the staging.
Look at that time. That's close to the track record.
I mean, it's within a tenth.
Yep.
Wow.
16-738 for Ricky Thornton Jr. Again, it's 16-631. All of this unofficial.
You know, Earl's down there thinking, guys, slow down. Don't take my record away from me. I mean, he's been sitting on that thing for 17 years. And we got Chase Younghans. He slowed over in turns 3 and 4.
He may put the berm back up.
Earl's going to reconstruct it with the Bobcat. Well, that will wrap up Dirt Draft Hot Laps as Chase Younghans rolls to a stop in the middle of turns 3 and 4 at the bottom. And as you said, Ricky Thornton Jr. within a tenth of the track record. Could we see it fall here tonight in All-Star Performance Qualifying? Drivers beginning to line up down in the staging lanes at Group A and B tonight, James. And once again, Group A will make up heat races 1 and 2. Group B heats 3 and 4. The top 6 in each heat race will be inverted. The top 5 move off to the feature. Out of each heat race, you get your time back. So let's say, just for example, Dallin Murdy, first qualifier. Let's say he sets quick time. He wins his heat from 6th. He would start on the provisional pole for the feature, but then in the feature we invert 4 again, so he would start 4. So if you set quick time and win your heat tonight, you're going to start 4th in the feature, and they are accumulating points towards Saturday's heat race lineups. And unlike Eldora, where it's every lap matters, this is your best of 2 nights. Whichever night is your best, lines you up for Saturday. Right now, we're going to step aside and thank some sponsors. When we come back, All-Star Performance Qualifying from the Sprint Car capital of the world. This weekend, though, it's the Lucas Oil Series. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway, winding up All-Star Performance qualifying in the infield. 39 cars to take time here tonight on a very pleasant Thursday evening just outside of Des Moines, Iowa, Knoxville, Iowa. And if you're here for the first time, make sure to check out the local community. A lot of great restaurants, and definitely head up to Pella. If they can make it out of sugar, you can find it in downtown Pella. Check out some windmills while you're there as well. And
hey, don't forget the Jersey Freeze. We talked to Lynn, right, the owner.
That's right.
Going to bring us some Jersey Freeze tomorrow. They're located 15 minutes north of Knoxville on Highway 15 or Highway 14 in Monroe, Iowa, home of the legendary Bill Wright.
You know, we didn't know tomorrow, Saturday, I'll be back in the pits tomorrow night. DJ's going to be rolling into town finally. We didn't know if he was going to be up here tomorrow. And then I found out tomorrow night that we're going to have cookies and ice cream. And buddy, DJ's in the infield tomorrow night. DJ's in the infield. Our producer Tiffany Swisher said sign her up. Well, I'll tell you what, no pressure, James. It's your first time ever to Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event. It's at the legendary Knoxville Raceway. And, oh, yeah, you're going to be the first qualifier of the night.
Well, he's very capable of it. What do you say, 15 wins overall this year, stock cars and late models? It'll be Dallin Murdy. He's out of Chelsea, Iowa. He's in the Van Reese Motorsports, Longhorn, Vic Hill, EmptyPocketRebuilds.com. Oliver Heating and Air. Is it Hunting? Wait a minute. I can't read my own writing. Is it Oliver what? Hunting and Air?
Heating and Air.
It's Heating and Air.
There's nobody you can go hunting and get your air condition fixed, to my knowledge.
Well, maybe Dustin Jarrett could, because he can go hunting and get his air. Murdy Farms, Stealth Oil Well Services, Bidwell Farms, Performance Bodies, and Cash Money Motorsports sponsor the 20-year-old Dallin Murdy out of Chelsea, Iowa. He'll be followed by the Reaper, the 19R, the USA Nationals winner this year, in the Todd Cooney Motorsports car. He's out of Marshalltown, Iowa. He's in the Allen Seamless Gutters, Hoker Trucking, Wells & Sons Motorsports, Carl Chevrolet Fertilizer Equipment Specialist, Dynamic Drive Lines. That's an Infinity by Wells, J. Dickens, and the 93, the Paler Motorsports car out of Lincoln to North Carolina. That'll be Carson Ferguson. He's 9th in the Lucas Oil points. He is in the Hoopall Grading Company, Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, Coleman Farms Racing, Sparks Oil Company, Buddy's Automotive, Brad Benton Trucking, also Baker Mitchell Company, Tribble Electric, Pro Fabrication, Boone HVAC, Solidify Concrete and Floor Solutions, Scott Fagner, the crew chief on that Longhorn Clements, number 93.
I'm still hung up on Oliver Hunting and Air. That was.
I've got to correct that.
You had taken it to a new place. You know what, though,
what
James?
What did you have? I had
Heating and Air.
Why would I write down Hunting and Air?
I mean, we're all wondering the answer to that question, and I don't know that there is one, but you've entertained us. And you know what? We heard cookies and ice cream, and we were spun out.
And that and free popcorn. Don't forget, there'll be a row here coming up during our pre-race ceremonies. There's a row here, Casey's Popcorn. There's going to be 10 bags of popcorn to a whole row down there.
And tonight...
If you're the 11th person, I'm sorry, you're maybe out of luck tonight.
I think tonight is the Grilled Cheese Nationals from midnight to 4 a.m.
Or is that tomorrow night?
I'll
have to check with Brad Stevens on that one.
Let's go.
What are we? Oh my goodness. All right, it'll be Dallin Murdy. He's out of Chelsea, Iowa. His Lucas Oil Late Model debut, his Knoxville debut. 15 wins overall this year, stock cars, and also in the late models. First year in a late model. Then the Reaper, Ryan Gusta, the $100,000 winner of the USA Nationals at Cedar Lake back in August. And then you have Carson Ferguson, a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series regular. Gustin, remember, he has one career win in Lucas Oil Series. That was at East Bay a few years ago.
Confirmation the Grilled Cheese Nationals is tomorrow night as first lap, Dallin Murdy, 16.909. All these days run together. Ryan Gustin, 16.784. That's the time to beat early in All-Star Performance qualifying. Lap number 1 for Carson Ferguson. Well, how about that? That's the fastest lap, 16.768.
That's close.
And that's right. Dallin Murdy, lap 2, going to pick it up, and he'll stay third fastest, 16.837, his fastest lap. Ryan Gustin, his first lap will be his best one. He stays second fastest, while Carson Ferguson go faster on lap 2. And Carson will not 16.784. But, James, we're flirting with that track record tonight. 16.631 the track record. Carson Ferguson with a 16.768.
And thanks to the fine people, the Getchmans at All Makes Collision Center, located in Council Bluffs, Iowa, over by Omaha, serving all of Iowa and also eastern Nebraska. Again, All Makes Collision Center. Al Humphrey will be up next, the veteran out of Gilton, Nebraska. He's at the Victor Circle Chasser. Joyce Agronomics, also Todd's Body and Glass. He'll be followed by the 25. The veteran driver comes to us out of Mount Vernon, Iowa. He's in the Jay Johnson-owned car. That'll be Chad Simpson. Chad Simpson and the Johnson Holding Companies. Moeller Farms, Randy Davidson Trucking, Simpson Cattle Company. That's a Longhorn with Pro Power. And the 10 is Bernard Coover Jr. out there. He is. right? He's in the Black
Yes.
Diamond Dargy. He's in the Norfolk Motor Company, Ken's Trailer Sales and Repair, Wing Team Graphics, D&D Enterprises, Quality Siding and Roofing, Jerry's Trailers and Campers, the Windshield Doctors, National Auto, and Norfolk Transmission and Muffler sponsor Junior Coover.
Lap number 1, Al Humphrey, fourth fastest, 18.658, 18.658. Chad Simpson, lap 1, fourth fastest, 17.389. Junior Coover on his first approach, sixth fastest, 19.388. Lap number 2, we'll see if everybody can improve. Al Humphrey was fifth fastest on lap 1. He'll go faster, but he'll stay fifth fastest, 18.332 on lap 2, his best lap. Chad Simpson, he improves, but he stays fourth fastest, 17.221. And Bernard on lap number 2, Junior Coover, 18.972. James, they all improved, but they go 4th, 5th, and 6th for Chad Simpson, Al Humphrey, and Junior Coover.
In his debut here at Knoxville, hunt the front himself, that'll be Joseph Joyner. He is out of Milton, Florida. He's in the Colt Miller JCM Motorsports car. That's a Rocket J. Dickens. Yellowhammer Design and Construction, Clyburn Tank Lines, Neon Bubbles, Car Wash Drive, Barstow.com. The Mercantile by is sponsoring the 19M of Joseph Joyner, followed by Chris Simpson. The 32 out of Oxford, Iowa is in the 5-star shop service. Hoker Trucking, hot rod septic system treatment. Also Randy Davidson Trucking, Superior Cleaning Services, Simpson Farms, Iowa, Illinois Taylor Installation, C&J Trucking, RLM Enterprises. That's a Longhorn Durham, and Brandon Carpenter out of Coldwater, Mississippi, and the Longhorn J. Dickens, Tennyson Brothers Sheet Metal, Carpenter Construction, and Performance Bodies and Parts 51.
Joseph Joyner, fifth fastest, 17.247 for Joseph Joyner. Now he'll be bumped back to sixth because Chris Simpson, fourth fastest, 17.215. Brandon Carpenter, seventh fastest, 17.623. Lap number 2 for Joseph Joyner, 16.990. He'll stay fourth fastest. Chris Simpson will stay fifth with a 17.001, and Brandon Carpenter on his final approach, seventh fastest. So Joseph Joyner, Hunt the Front Nation, fourth fastest. Chris Simpson, fifth fastest. Brandon Carpenter, seventh.
Dan Ebert looking where he run. He will be in the fourth and final group of qualifying here in All-Star Performance Time Trials. The driver currently third in Lucas Oil points. He's been runner-up the last 2 years. He's in Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports entry. That'll be Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio. He is in the Longhorn Clements here tonight. Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, Hazen Services, Bobag, Millwood Plumbing, Anthony's Pizza, Pee-wee's Wrecker Service, Refuel Wellness, Red Oak Pub, Car Source Auto, McHugh Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Phillips CPA, Smoky Mountain Speedway, Hall and Haskell's. Followed by Jesse Saubig, the 99S out of Malvern, Iowa. He's in the Hertz, Sherwood Williams, All Makes Collision Center, Thrifty Car Renter, Dollar Rent-A-Car, RSA Trucking, Rocket with a Pro Power, followed by Brandon Shepard, the Mark Richards Racing, Rocket Durham, Valvoline, Sweber Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Snowco, Petrov Towing, Gunners, Honey Ace Metalworks, Performance Grading, Styles Marine and Maintenance, Rocket One, Pre-Owned Motors, and Collins Brothers Towing Bin.
Devin Moran, fifth fastest. Jesse Saubig, ninth. Brandon Shepard, fourth, 16.869. Devin Moran on lap number 2. He'll stay sixth fastest. His first lap was his best, a 17 flat. Jesse Saubig on lap 2 faster, but he'll stay ninth, a 17.241. Shepard was fourth on lap 1. Shepard will stay fourth on lap 2. His first lap was his best at a 16.869. It's currently Carson Ferguson, Ryan Gustin, Dallin Murdy, Brandon Shepard, and Joseph Joyner, your top 5.
There's currently your second fastest qualifier right now here in Group A. That is Ryan Gustin. Right now, still Carson Ferguson fastest overall. Up next to driver, currently second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Out of Earl, Iowa, would it be Daniel Hilsebeck. Daniel Hilsebeck in the Manning Chiropractic, 22 Enterprises, Big Deal Car Care, Hilsebeck Farms. Finish line, body and paint, Adam Snow Removal, Alley Auto Sales at the Capitol Clements, followed by Clay Stuckey out of Shreveport, Louisiana. He is in the Lucas Oil Products, Advanced Powder Coating, Graphic Arts Express, RV Collision Repair and Auto, Fibertech Laser Cutting, Mooring Transit, that's Longhorn by Stuckey Clements, followed by Hudson and the SSI Motorsports, Longhorn Cornet, Big River Steel, Triple O, Wheeler Metals, Barrel Bonding Company, Subsurface of Indiana, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Westside Tractor, O'Neill Salvage, Indiana, AAA Fast Pitch Softball, Sunoco, and Dino One, and Houchins Insurance and Bobcat of Batesville.
Hudson O'Neill will go 8th fastest. Hilsebeck 9th fastest. Clay Stuckey 13th. Hilsebeck on lap 2. Not as good. He'll go with lap 1. A 17.090 is his best lap. 9th fastest. Lap number 2 for Clay Stuckey. He'll stay 13th. His second, his best lap. A 17.795. And Hudson O'Neill 8th fastest. So Huddy will go 8th. And then it's Clay Stuckey 13th. And the 22 of Hilsebeck, 9th fastest, still chasing Carson Ferguson, a 16.768.
So this first time you've worked upstairs with me, the speed they carry here coming out of
It's
turn 4, it's unbelievable. It'll be Frank Heckenash Jr., the 99 junior. He's out of Frankfort, Illinois. He's in the Storied Squares, Dirt Oval 66, Indiana. You pull it, Petrov Towing, Capital Signs, J.R. Hawley. That's a Longhorn Vic Hill, followed by Dylan Thornton, now hailing out of Belle Plaine High with Rick and Brenda Kai, Longhorn Cornet, Peterson Insurance, Kai Farms and Elevator Trucking, Drake Excavating and Aggregates, Pete and Mary Van Eiderstein, Pit Crew Bar, Salty's Barbecue and Catering, Hoker Trucking Entry, followed by Donald McIntosh in the ancient HLS Sills, Coleman Farms Racing, Nobody Walks In, C, Albat Custom Homes, Rick Haven Ridge, Principal Financial, Gambler Performance, Predator Custom Trailers, that's a Longhorn Clements, 79.
White flag on the speedway. Dylan Thornton, 15th fastest, 18.059. Donald McIntosh, his first lap. Looking for that one. Stand by. There we go. Populating a little late there. McIntosh, 10th fastest. Heckenest, 13th fastest. 17.371 was his best lap. Dylan Thornton, 15th fastest. Lap 2 is his best, 17.666. And Donald McIntosh, 10th fastest. So Donald McIntosh, 10th fastest, Heckenest, 13th fastest, and Dylan Thornton in that set, ultimately 15th fastest.
2 more to go here in Group A. It'll be the 16. Oh, he came so close a couple of years ago. Remember on that Sunday afternoon, Ben? Lost out in the closing laps to Jonathan Davenport. It'll be Tyler Bruning, Fear the Beard out of Decorah, Iowa. He's in the Skyline Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, Quick Supply Company, Truck Country, Olsen Explosive, Bill Stein, Burning Rock Products, Brown's Heavy Equipment, followed by Brian Shirley, the winner here in 06. He's out of Chatham, Illinois, in the Bob and Lisa Cullen. That's the Thomas and Express, Hoker Tracking, All Geyer Performance, J&J Ventures Gaming, Race Ranch, KBC Graphics, Cheap Cars, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop. That is a Longhorn Durham. 3S. Time to beat is still Carson Ferguson. 16.768.
Lap number 1, Tyler Bruning on the board, and Bruning, a good lap there. 5th fastest, 16.932. Brian Shirley, his first lap, and Shirley 5th fastest. Now that's the time to be, apparently, at 16.917. So both those drivers 5th and 6th. Lap 2 for Bruning, and Tyler Bruning 3rd fastest. Good lap, 16.827. Brian Shirley, final time around, quick time 16.688. 16.688, only 500ths off the track record. Race fans,
close.
your final qualifier, fast time in All-Star Performance Group A, Brian Shirley, 16.688, and he only missed the track record by 500ths of a second, James. Wow.
Or Garrett Alberson, who's coming up in Group B. Keep an eye on him.
Mr. Track Record himself, yes.
Yes, Mr. Track Record himself. Brian Shirley, Carson Ferguson, Ryan Gust, and Tyler Bruning, and they get a 6 invert.
Wow.
In the first 2 heats, right? So Shirley and then Ferguson. Wow, that was exciting there. That's East Bay-like right at the very end.
And how about Tyler Bruning, 4th fastest as well. Great run for Bruning. So, all right, well, we'll reset it. Heat races 1 and 2 are lined up and inverted. Heat races 3 and 4, well, they're going to be determined out of All-Star Performance Group B.
But remember, they get points for qualifying
That's
and
right.
for the feature. So all important. Again, it's the best of the 2 nights. Let's say we didn't get in tonight, we'd take tomorrow night, but it looks like hopefully the way it looks right now, we'll get in tonight. We'll keep the show moving along. Rich Bell's going to be up first in Group B. He's out of Sheffield, Illinois. He is in the Bell's Transmissions, Tricks Utility Service, Reedus and Dorothy Quickle, Galv Iron and Metal, Randy Hasbrook, Nick Ligg Energy, Pat and Gene Reinbeck. We got some tough ones on that one, don't we? Red's Bar and Grill, Night Owl, and Sheffield Locker. I got that part. That's a Rocket Rhine. Followed by Brandon over to the Riggs Motorsports. That is the Longhorn Factory Car. Garnto Southern, Napa Auto Parts, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Roof US, UNOH, Dude Wipes, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Heartbeat Hot Sauce. That's a Longhorn Clements. Followed by Aaron Morant, the 1X Bend. He's out of Richmond, Missouri. The Longhorn Durham, Summit Heating and Cooling, Burlington Auto Repair, Main Street Body and Tow, and Ricketts Mice Properties.
That's right.
1X, thank you.
Rich Bell, lap 1, an 18.230. And Brandon Overton, top of the board, 17.141. Now Aaron Morant, 16.676. Man, you feel like this track record might go down tonight, James. 16.676.
Who had Aaron Morant on your bingo card at Dirt Draft, right?
All right, Brandon Overton off of turn number 2. He will stay 2nd fastest, 16.887. Lap number 2, Morant, not a track record. It's coming in this group, though. Aaron Morant, time to beat a 16.676.
Up next, it'll be 21-time winner in the Lucas Oil Series. He won a couple of preliminaries a few years ago to be Turbo. Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas. These are the best performance. Eric and Kelly Brock, Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Roberts Beef Company, First Class Septic, Go Lithium, Sunoco, San Noel, Rocket Clements, followed by the 93 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. That'll be Corey Lawler. Corey Lawler and the Poncho Lawler, PPC Lubricants, Poncho's Racing Products, Rickside Auto, Sunoco, and All About Wraps. That's a Longhorn Pro Power, followed by the 51, the veteran out of Iowa City, Iowa. It'll be Matt Furman. Matt Furman and the Furman Builders, Dr. Keith Stanley, DDS, Simpson Motorsports, Bill Stein Shocks, Lucky Dog Manufacturing, First Order Consulting, and Dr. Ralph Stevens sponsor the Longhorn Pro Power of Matt Furman out of Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes.
I thought you were going to say Dr. Ruth for a second. Lap number 1 for Tyler Earp, second quick, 16.838. Behind only Aaron Morant's fastest lap of the night. Corey Lawler, fourth fastest, 17.055. Lap number 1 for Matt Furman, fifth fastest, 17.877. Can Turbo go faster? Can he go a track record on lap number 2? Lap number 2, he will not improve. Turbo's best lap, lap number 1, a 16.838. Second quick, Corey Lawler, fourth fastest, 17.055. And Matt Furman on lap number 2, fifth fastest, 17.837. Well, Mr. Track Record's up next.
Yep.
Garrett Alberson's going to lead the next set out.
You want to bet? Well, we got some Oreo Reese's, the new Oreo Reese's combo. Let's bet a package of those together. That'll
I'll
be
take it.
Las Cruces, New Mexico's Garrett Alberson, and Ken and Beth Roberts, Low Voltage Solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sunoco Race Fuels, Titan Racing Products, New Tunac Solutions, Bill Sports Shop, Done Right TV, Dickey's Doghouse, Cheap Cars, Fertilizer Equipment Sales, Romer Machine, Denego Power Sports, and Mitchell Rance. That's a Longhorn Clements, followed by Jake Neal, he's out of Omaha, Nebraska. The Rocket, Scott Bailey, Todd's Body and Glass, Joyce Economics, Prevost Racing, Downtown Recycling, JEH Farm, Select Auto, Driven Act Solutions, followed by Dalton Wilson, the JR Motor Sales, Longhorn Clements, Grant Lee Farms, MG Auto Sales, the Auto Outlet. Is he coming?
He's got second quick.
He's got second quick. Kelder Contracting, JR Motor Sales, B&L Construction, Cheap Chevrolet, New Point Light Design on the 18D.
Garrett Alberson second quick. Jake Neal sixth fastest. Dalton Wilson lap number 1. He'll go sixth fastest, 17.126. Lap 2. Garrett Alberson, not a track record. He'll stay second fastest, 16.706. Jake Neal, does he have a track record? I didn't even know. He'll stay seventh fastest, 17.401. And Big Perm off a turn fourth, this big half mile. And how about Dalton Wilson, second quick, 16.694. Right now, Earl's got to be nervous down there because Bobby Pierce is coming out and he loves cushion and he loves the gas pedal.
29 wins this year. The current FloRacing tonight in the FloRacing Night in America points to the current World of Outlaw Series points leader, the defending winner of this race. He's out of Oakwood, Illinois. The Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Carnegie Towing and Repair, Steidinger Construction, Pontiac RV, Rio Grande Waste Services, Toyota of Danville, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Fast One Speed Shop, Leaka Tree Service, Floyd's Waste Solutions, followed by Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida. He is in the Longhorn at Wilkerson Farms, Impact Electrical, Done Right Construction, National Fragile X Foundation, Universal Cable System, 12 Kings Construction, and Daniel Adam in the Joe Adam Longhorn Quartet Mobilization Funding, number 75, Elliott Concrete, Justin L. Langdon, Electrical Contractors.
Bobby Pierce, sixth fastest, 16.889. Clay Harris, ninth fastest, 17.611. Daniel Adam, eighth fastest, 17.165. We'll see if Pierce can kick it up on lap number 2 under the flag stand. Bobby Pierce does not. His best lap was his first one, and that's sixth fastest, 16.889. Meanwhile, Clay Harris will stay 10th fastest, and Daniel Adams 7th. Good lap for Daniel Adams. So Bobby Pierce 6th, Daniel Adams 7th, Clay Harris 10th. Track records intact. Fastest lap of the night, 16.676 by Aaron Morant.
It'll be the 51 car, first time here out of Coldwater, Mississippi. It'll be the Tennyson Brothers Sheet Metal, Carpenter Construction, Performance Bodies and Parts, Longhorn, Jeff Burns. That'll be Dean Carpenter. Followed by the 20 RT. He's a former winner of this race, the defending Lucas Oil champion, current points leader out of Chandler, Arizona, now living in Indianola, Iowa. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the Bobby and Jessica Kula Longhorn. That is under the hood of 9A Cornet. That'll be the Hoker Truckee, Knights Companies, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Sunoco, EMD Wrap Certified Inspection, followed by Blair Nodorf for the Troy Nodorf. That's the Longhorn Clements, Bargain Barn Tire Center, Grandpa Ben's, Rance, Western Provisions, KDD Maloney Real Estate, Slicker Graphics, SL Pros, Howe Heating and Cooling, and Glenser Trucking.
Dean Carpenter, 12th fastest. Ricky Thornton Jr., 3rd, 16.700. Not too far off that track record. Blair Nodorf, 10th fastest, 17.141. Dean Carpenter was 14th on his first lap at 18.013. Dean will improve. 14th fastest still, though, 17.924. And second lap, Ricky Thornton Jr., new track record, 16.566 for Ricky Thornton Jr. Blair Nodorf, 10th fastest. Race fans, we just made history. RTJ, number one tonight, number one all-time, 16.566. That is a new super late model track record here at Knoxville Raceway.
Coming off that World 100 2 weeks ago, leading 40 points ahead of Jonathan Davenport. Again, championship points Saturday only. Well, Chase Younghands has got his back running again. He's out of Manhattan, Kansas. He's going to come up next. He's at the Great Younghands. Rocket Clements, Bozard Ford out of St. Augustine, Florida. Otis Oil Company, Younghands Motorsports, Sunoco Race Fuels, and Younghands Ranches, followed by the 60. First time here out of Lakeshore, Minnesota. Third of the Rookie of the Year chase, it'll be Dan Ebert. Dan Ebert and then James Trantina, Collins Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Woody's Racing, Christensen Group, Peterson Farms, that's a Rocket Durham. And the 45, well, he's not going to come out. It's going to be the 49. It'll be Jonathan Davenport, second of the points. Former winner here at Knoxville out of Blairsville, Georgia. The Lance and Darla Landers, Double O Motorsports entry. He is in a Cornet-powered Longhorn tonight. Nutrient Ag Solutions. Donna Grosita, ASC Warranty. Mark Martin, Automotive Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas. Midwest Sheet Metal, 49. Again, they get valuable points for qualifying. So you say, well, why don't they sandbag? Well, it kind of hurts them in the long run if they do, right? Thornton right now, new track record here, as he's fastest in Group B as we go with the final four.
Three drivers will take a swing at it. Chase Younghands not going to get there. 12th fastest, 17.406. How about Dan Ebert, the rookie? Ebert won't do it. 14th fastest, 17.554. Can Superman get it done? Lap one? No. 11th fastest, 17.202. Lap two for the Kansas racer, Chase Younghands. And Chase will stay 13th fastest, 17.406. Lap two for Ebert. He will not improve, and we saw Davenport get over the cushion down at 3 and 4. So Jonathan Davenport, 11th fastest. One final qualifier tonight will be Dan Battaglia in the D45. He'll be your final qualifier in All-Star Performance qualifying.
All right, he's in the MB Customs car. He's out of Gretna, Nebraska. The Assassin Racing Engines entry. Stumpy's Custom Cranes and Outlaw Customs for the 45 of Dan Battaglia. So a brand new all-time late model track record here at Knoxville. And we'll have the same program tomorrow night against the best of the two nights, Battaglia. So right now it's Thornton, Morant, Wilson, Alberson, your top four. Then Uncle T, Overton, Pierce, Adam, Lawler, and Nodorf. Again, there's an invert of 6 in each of the 4 he races tonight, which will be 12 laps in length.
And James, a 17-year standing track record, man, that is that's doing something. He's going to
put the berm back out, I'm telling you.
He's going
tomorrow night.
Earl's going to protest it. He did it with the berm. Lap number 1, white flag, Battaglia, 19th fastest, 16.896. His final lap. And final lap of the night in dirt draft qualifying on a historic night here at Knoxville Raceway, where Ricky Thornton Jr. set a new track record. And Battaglia off turn at number 4. Checkered flag is out. We'll see if he improves on his first lap. He was 19th fastest, and he will not. His first lap was his best. So just like that, James, in the history books goes Ricky Thornton Jr. 15.566. That'll be his 10th All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier Award of the year. And how about Aaron Morant, though? For a while there, he held the fastest time of the night. And third fast, Dalton Wilson. Fourth, Garrett Alberson, Tyler Erb, Brandon Overton, Bobby Pierce, Daniel Adam, Corey Lawler, Blair Nodorf, your top 10. We're moments away from opening ceremonies. We're going to step aside. Thanks some marketing partners. We come back. Opening ceremonies, then heat race action here the opening night, the 21st annual Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals presented by All Makes Collision Service. We'll be right back.
Save your lunch money for. Welcome to the High Limit Room. The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Hey race fans, have you set your Dirt Draft lineup yet? Dirt Draft is the fantasy racing app you can download right on your phone. Pick a team of 5 drivers within your $100,000 salary cap, and the better they do, the better you do. You earn points to spend in the Dirt Draft Speed Shop for all kinds of cool stuff, from t-shirts and hats, race tickets and pit passes, or even a season pass to FloRacing. New subscribers even get a free Dirt Draft t-shirt. Download the Dirt Draft app now from the Apple app or Google Play Store.
Hey, this is Kyle Larson, and you're watching the best pavement, dirt, and drag racing, all live on FloRacing. You have great racing on the track, you have great crowds.
400 race cars.
Laps to go. Corner number 4 at the line. Brandon Overton.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is back big for 2025 as the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP kicks off in January and concludes at the season finale at Eldora Speedway in October. Drivers will battle for over $1.3 million with $250,000 awarded to the series champion at Eldora Speedway. Don't miss the action all season.
You have to fight to pull ahead, to find your edge, to do whatever it takes to make you 1/10 of a second faster, smarter, more committed than the other guy, because you've got the kind of passion that can overcome the impossible. And we've got the most powerful performance race fuel available to help you do it. Sunoco Race Fuels. Take the lead.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Big River Steel, developing sustainable steel made with the world's most advanced mini mill technologies. Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. And Sunoco, higher standards, higher octane, take the lead. Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. The 21st annual Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals presented by All Makes Collision. All-Star Performance qualifying in the books, and the books have been rewritten. A new track record holder, Ricky Thornton Jr., lowering the track record tonight for the late model division, a 16.566, and he took the track record away from Earl Pearson Jr., who did it back in 2008. Earl is here on Tire Tech. He could have thrown Ricky out after qualifying. Said, man, something's just not right. But no, I tell you what, Earl's it's cool having Earl out here. And Earl tells me, he goes, man, these kids are fast and they just keep doing new stuff. But
right.
I tell you what else is fast. The upcoming events here on FloRacing. There's a lot of fast racing, and we hope that you get out to the track. But if you can't, hey, we got you covered, including tomorrow night, Mars Late Model Series in action, the Brownstown Bull Ring.
That's the Brownstown, Illinois Bull Ring.
That is the Brownstown, Illinois Bull Ring. And I tell you what, the Carroll family, they put a lot of money into that facility. Really got it looking good down there. Peoria Speedway, one of my favorite little bull rings. The Illinois State Championship coming up on Saturday night with Matt Curl, Jonathan Clayton, and the boys with Mars. And then also Lonesome Pines Motorsports Park on Saturday night. The Mod Squad Nationals. That sounds right up your alley, James, the Smart Modified Series.
You were too young to remember the show Mod Squad, right?
I heard about it. I heard stories about it, James.
How about next week in Indiana, my friend?
It's going to be fun. I cannot wait. We are going to be with FloRacing Night in America, round 8. I think this time last year we had got 2 rounds of racing because it kept raining out. We're going to have our 8th straight round of racing next Wednesday night at Helfrich Family's Tri-State Speedway, the class track. FloRacing Night in America, $20,000 to win, and a lot of these drivers are going to make their debut there. We'll take a night off, and then, James, we're going to head for 2 nights of the house that Essex built.
Carl Jerome Rayburn.
Rayburn.
Unbelievable. 13 wins at Brownstown, 95 track champion, the greatest innovator in dirt late model racing. I mean, you could put him at Ed Howe, Roscoe Smith, but C.J. Rayburn, we probably wouldn't be here today without him. His memorial race next Friday night at Brownstown for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and then 1 week from Saturday night, the Jackson 100, $50,000 to win, and then the Short Track Super Series at Utica Rome Speedway in New York coming up also next Friday and Saturday. All here on Flow. Of course, we've got the old Dora Fur and Crown Nationals, right?
Yeah.
The next 3 nights starting tonight. You've got the USAC sprints and midgets tonight. And then you've got High Limit coming off an exciting race last night at Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Ricky Thornton Jr., car chief down there, Zach Frilds. He's actually standing on 87 phone books to be taller than the back of that race car. He was giving me grief at Volunteer Speedway the other night. He said, everybody laughed that you said I was 4'11". I said, well, maybe 4'11 and a half. But hey, he was taller than the World 100 trophy, though, James. And I want to remind everybody, if you're on the property tomorrow at 1 o'clock, second floor of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum outside of Turn 2, Ricky Thornton Jr. and I are going to sit down for a Q&A, and I've got some fun questions, some that I don't think have ever been asked of him. Make your way over and join us if you have museum membership or museum admission tomorrow. You'll be admitted to the second floor. You can join us, and at the end, I'm going to open the mic and take a few questions from the crowd. So 1 to 2 o'clock tomorrow, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. I'm going to sit down with Ricky Thornton Jr., who is going to talk about history as the new track record holder, James.
Yeah, he lives about 20 miles from here now in Indianola, Iowa.
That's right.
Hey, we'd like to thank Ben, of course, All Makes Collision Center located in Council Bluffs, Iowa. They serve all of the state of Iowa and parts of Nebraska. They specialize in auto body paint, repair, and replacement parts. All Makes Collision Center prides itself on highly trained technicians and painters with detailed skills to service and repair your vehicle. Again, thanks to everyone, the Getzman family at All Makes Collision. They're down there rooting on the 99S of Jesse Sobbing, but thanks to what they do for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Thank you to All Makes Collision this weekend.
And, James, it's really cool. It wasn't that long ago All Makes Collision came on to support our Turn 4 work area, where we stopped at the officials, Zachary Booker and the gangs, and then they expanded the sponsorship, and we're really blessed to have just amazing marketing partners in this sport that love racing, and they want to see it grow, and cannot thank All Makes Collision enough for coming on board and expanding their partnership.
And also thanks to the Jackson County Visitor Center there in Seymour, Indiana. They've come on board as a title sponsor for next weekend's C.J. Rayburn Memorial and the Jackson 100 next week at Brownstown, Indiana. Looking forward to that. What a stout field we're going to have. And I'll be doing pit reporting at Hobstadt FloRacing Night in America. at the Hopstad Hustlers Place, Tommy Helfrich and his family. And we need more we need you to come out and support it, right? Drivers and fans, next Wednesday night, I know it's late September, but let's pack Hopstad on Wednesday night and get more big late model races there.
Well, you know what's really cool? Late models only tonight, late models only on Wednesday night, and right now we are ready for opening ceremonies. So if you're willing and able, I ask you to please rise for tonight's invocation and our Star Spangled Banner. Tonight's invocation by Pastor John from Faith Baptist Church of Knoxville. Pastor John?
Sure. All right, pray with me now. Dear Heavenly Father, we recognize you as our creator and the giver of all good things, including the ability to compete. We pray for all the racers tonight, for each athlete's safety and health, that each of the racers would keep an attitude of good sportsmanship as they compete. We pray for all of the staff and volunteers who are working to make this race possible and run smoothly, that the entire evening would be honoring to you. May we all remember the love and sacrifice of Jesus Christ on the cross and come to believe in him alone. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor John. Please remain standing for tonight's Star Spangled Banner by Mr. Chris Jackson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
How about that? Great job by Chris Jackson. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you being out here tonight. Well, race fans lined up down in staging. It is a beautiful evening here. Temperature is perfect for racing. Knoxville, Iowa. It's time for Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Heat Race action. And we've got James, you've got Cone Man, and there we go.
Well, we have the aliens at Eldora.
Hey, he's a safety hot dog.
We've got Noah Bushman down here. You like your hot dog with mustard?
I wouldn't like that hot dog with mustard. No, I mean, your driver wins one Wiener Nationals, and all of a sudden you're a safety hat wearing hot dog.
What did it pay? It paid like $10,000, right?
Well, not the hot dog eating contest.
Well, no, not that.
No,
Penske Racing Stocks Heat 1 bin, and the top 5 will transfer, and they'll get their times back. It'll be Daniel Hilsebeck. He is currently second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. In the 22 is out of Illinois when Chris Simpson, looking for the biggest win of his career this week in his home state. He's out of Oxford, Iowa, in 32S.
Inside of Road 2 from Milton, Florida, the JCM Motorsports number 19M for Joseph Joyner to his outside. 15-time winner this year, rising star Dallin Murdy out of Chelsea, Iowa in the 99X.
Ryan Gustin, a career win in the USA Nationals back in August at Cedar Lake. He's in the Todd Cooney Motorsports Infinity by Wells out of Marshalltown, Iowa. Brian Shirley, the fastest qualifier in Group A. He won this race back in 2006. He is out of Chatham, Illinois.
Starting inside of row number 4, it'll be Chad Simpson, a former Lucas Oil prelim winner here out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, and to his outside, Frank Keknis Jr. out of Frankfort, Illinois in the 99 Junior.
It'll be Dylan Thorne, the Ricky and Brenda Kai 38T. He comes to us out of Belle Plaine, Iowa. And on the outside will be the veteran Al Humphrey out of Giltner, Nebraska, the Victory Circle 6H. Top 5 transfer, 12 laps. The top 5 get their times back. And then they have to face an invert. This is like, hey, we saw heat races at Eldora, right? We had drivers come from 6th. The invert was a 6th, right? 6th, 5th. How many times do we have that happen? We'll see what happens here at Knoxville tonight. Hilsebeck, Chris Simpson, Only if the Simpson brothers were in Simpson Race Products heat number 3, but they're not.
But they are in their home state of Iowa as the field approaches the Nutrien Ag Solutions start zone over in turn 4. 12 laps the distance. Top 5 racers move on. Hilsebeck and Simpson the front row. Green flags up, James, and Hilsebeck a great start.
40 races tonight, 1B main in each of the groups. They come out of turn number 2. Daniel Hilsebeck down the back straightaway. He'll bolt to the lead. Joyner, first time here, hunt the front in that car for the rest of the season. We'll see what happens in 2026 as Gustin slides in front of him. Joyner tries to cross over. They're side by side, and they bang out of turn 4.
A couple of 19-on-19 violence out of turn 4. We'll stay clean and green. Joseph Joyner goes to second. They're chasing Hilsebeck down the back straightaway. That JCM team waiting on motors to get back. They had to bring a small motor to Knoxville, but right now, tell you what, Hunt the front looking pretty good in that 19M.
Well, they say bring a knife to a gunfight. Are you kidding me right now?
He brought a hot dog to a gunfight.
That's right, out in turn number 2. It's Hilsebeck, Joyner, Gustin, Shirley, and Simpson. Brian Shirley now eyes that third spot. He'll look to the bottom now. Out in turn number 4, smoke out of the 19 as you see the contact there. May have a tire rub of the 19R. Out of shape for Shirley, and on the bottom. And in turn number 1, here comes Chris Simpson and Brian Shirley, all out of sorts in turn number 2.
Yeah, you got to wonder if it's a tire rub on that 19 car.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back in the pack right now, guys getting shuffled backwards off of turn number 4. It is all Hilsebeck, Joyner in second. Third is Gustin. Fourth, right now, Chris Simpson. Fifth is your 3S car, Brian Shirley. And in sixth, Dallin Murdy battling it out. You see on your screen, he takes it away from Chad Simpson. These are 12-lap heats because the invert's so big, James. And in 12 laps, a lot can change in even a heat race here at Knoxville.
By the way, Joyner's closing on your leader into turn number 2, Daniel Hilsebeck. First full year following the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Down the back straightaway, here comes Joseph Joyner. And Joyner now to the bottom. Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway. Caution free so far. 6 down, 6 to go here in this heat race.
Well, Daniel Hilsebeck, he doesn't get to race in his home state very often. He does get to do that here this weekend, and he's a driver that's made 3 Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville National finales in his career, as we got 1 slow and off the pace, and out of this one, the 38T of Dylan Thornton. He'll head back to the pits. James, the battle heating up for the lead on the left side of your screen. On the right side, back in the pack, your fast qualifier, the 3S of Brian Shirley out of this heat race, finds himself in 5th.
I tell you what, the top 4 right here all together coming out of turn 4 at Knoxville. It is super fast here tonight. A new track record earlier by Ricky Thornton Jr. It's Daniel Hilsebeck, Joseph Joyner, Ryan Gustin, and Chris Simpson out of turn number 2. 4 laps to go. Back in 5th, you see the battle back there. Brian Shirley has it right now over at Dallin Murdy and Simpson as they come out of turn number 4.
Getting word that Gustin may be having a little bit of coming out of that overflow. We'll keep it on it. Joyner, the Joseph Joyner, and Joseph slow out of 2 a little bit out down the back straightaway. That allows Gustin to close in on him. A couple of 19s going at it. They got together earlier in the race, James. They come back to just 2 laps to go, and the battle is heating up for that second spot on your screen. Joyner's got it, but Simpson has caught him.
You know the tongue is hanging out on that, Jake.
Now Simpson will smoke.
Chris Simpson. It is hammered down. Chris Simpson down the back straightaway. That's where they get the run here at Knoxville, and that'll be all good for Daniel Hilsebeck as he will have the Barron's Performance white flag 1 to go.
And now Dallin Murdy was smoke out of that race car. My goodness, 1 lap to go. The Allgaier Performance 1 to go, and Murdy was in a transfer spot, and a big puff of smoke may take him out of this one, James.
Oh, man, Heartbreak Hotel for the 99 car. Right now, the final lap. Out of turn number 4, Daniel Hilsebeck's going to lead it wire-to-wire bend, but here they come second, third, and fourth.
Second, we'll go to Joseph Joyner at the line. Chris Simpson third, Ryan Gustin fourth, Brian Shirley fifth. Chad Simpson, everyone else will head off to a B main. But taking your 5th and final transfer, Brian Shirley in the 3S. Fourth will go to Ryan Gustin. Third to Chris Simpson. Second to Florida's Joseph Joyner. But your winner out of Earlham, Iowa in the 22, the Hilsebeck Farms, Big Deal Car Care, Banning Chiropractic, 22 Enterprises, Hilsebeck Farms, Finish Line Paint and Body, all sponsors on that. Clements Powered Race Car, the Capital Race Car for Daniel Hilsebeck. He will move off to the feature. Now, again, they get their times back, so we don't know who yet's going to be on the Victory Fuel poll, and we invert the top 4 for the feature. But Penske Shocks Heat Race 1 goes to Daniel Hilsebeck. And, James, I'll have to double-check, but I do believe he would be the 38th different driver to win a Simpson Race Products Heat Race win this year, as I don't think he got one yet. Either way, it is time now for Summit Racing Equipment Heat Race number 2.
And you hate to hate that. It is super fast and super tacky here tonight. Nothing you do about the rain early on today, but it is hammered down. Donald McIntosh He leads the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He's out of Dawsonville, Georgia. And Hudson O'Neal alongside the 71. He's out of Martinsville, Indiana.
Inside of row 2, Devin Moran, currently third in the series standings out of Dresden, Ohio in the 99. And to his outside from New Berlin, Illinois, it's Brandon Shepard in car 1.
Row 3 will be Tyler Bruning. He won the opening race at Golden Isles back in January. He's out of Decorah, Iowa, back in a Longhorn tonight. And Carson Ferguson, the fastest in this heat. He's at the 93 out of Lincoln in North Carolina.
Inside of row 4, it's Jesse Sobbing out of Malvern, Iowa in the 99. And the 51B of Brandon Carpenter from Coldwater, Mississippi.
Clay Stuckey drives the 15 Lucas Oil car, Longhorn by Stuckey out of Shreveport, Louisiana. And Junior Coover, the veteran out of Norfolk, Nebraska. 49th year of racing, I think.
Let's just
He's
round
right
it
there,
up to
48th or 49th.
Round him up to the Gary Stewart 50th edition. Oh, man. We could have got Stewart out here. We saw him at Lernerville this year somehow for the first time. We saw him at Eldora. Would have been cool to have the Beast from the East coming all the way out here to Knoxville Raceway. Well, you talked about it, James, and there's a handful of things. I mean, yeah, the track's really fast, and we're getting late in the year, and guys have issues, but you hate to see some guys have mechanical issues in Penske Shocks Heat 1. Summit Racing Equipment Heat 2 now. Carson Ferguson, he starts 6th in this one. That means he was the fastest driver in this heat race from All-Star Performance qualifying earlier, and with the top 6 inverted, we'll keep an eye on the 93. We saw in the last heat, Brian Shirley was only able to pick up 1 spot. I think this racetrack will widen out and start to slow down just a little bit. Not a ton with no support classes. It's a cool evening, but you got to think it's going to start to widen out just a little bit with each heat race that makes its way out.
Yeah, Hudson and his dad, Don O'Neal's won this race before. Of course, Rocket 1 has never won with Mark Richards, of course, here with Brandon Shepard this year. Back on tour at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Devin Moran in 99. That's stacked and packed right there. So O'Neal is 4th in the points. Moran is 3rd. Shepard is 5th? And McIntosh is 10th. And Carson Ferguson is 9th. Top 5 advance. The top 5 get their times back from qualifying. At the Nutrient Solutions start zone, it's Georgia and Indiana. And we're going to go green coming at you here at Knoxville Raceway.
Summit Racing Equipment heat race number 2 underway. McIntosh leads them off into turns 1 and 2. Devin Moran looks to the inside. Huddy looks to the outside. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. How about the Georgia driver? First time here. Oh, Huddy about caught some guardrail. He gets on the binders, but he'll lose ground to your top 2.
Out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. Donald McIntosh first visit to Knoxville. Last year's Spring and Southern Nationals champion. First touring year at the Lucas Oil Series. Again, 10th in the points. Leads the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Battle back here. O'Neal, Shepard, and then Tyler Bruning. But McIntosh looking pretty good, Ben, out of turn number 4 with 2 in the books.
Well, there's a lot of half miles in the south, but none of them are like this place.
No.
There's nowhere like Knoxville, but you got to think the big track experience, the high-speed experience is helping him a little bit here tonight. But, again, talking to some first-timers in the pits, they said I've never seen anything like Knoxville Raceway. He's looking strong out in front. Devin Moran sits back in the 2nd spot. Hudson O'Neal in 3rd. Brandon Shepard in 4th. And in your 5th and final transfer right now, Tyler Bruning back in 6th. Carson Ferguson, he was the fastest driver in this heat race, but the invert right now biting him a bit as he rides in that 6th spot, which is 1 spot out of a transfer.
Yeah, they are leaning on that right front, right rear. There's Tyler Bruning in 1 at Golden Isles. Seems so long ago, back in January. Came so close to winning this race a couple of years ago. Led late until Jonathan Davenport on that Sunday afternoon got around him. But Donald McIntosh looking good out of turn number 4. 1 shy of the halfway mark here in heat number 2.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye. Sobbing, a little bit of smoke coming out of that 99 car. We'll keep an eye on it. And you just got to think, last night they kept the teams from parking because it rained overnight. It rained off and on throughout the day. And right now, man, they are just testing the rides on these race cars. It is a high-speed test session as they push the cushion up to about the middle of the racetrack. But, man, it's hard for them to get much further than that. And right now, McIntosh has got to keep his nose clean. And as I say that, Moran slips over the cushion out of 2. You see that on the left side of your screen, the battle for the lead. On the right side, the battle for the transfer. Bruning's got it. Carson Ferguson continues to work on him, James. 6 down, 6 to go, halfway home.
And McIntosh behind the 10 of Junior Coover out of turn number 2. We'll have to make quick work of him. 5 laps to go, as you said, at turn 3. McIntosh will dive to the inside. Good move there out of turn number 4. 4 to go. Moran still 2nd. Then O'Neal, Shepard, Bruning. The top 5 right now is Coover off the pace here on the main straightaway as we stay green into turn 1.
And right now just riding on that cushion, trying not to let it pull you in. And Bruning was able to pull around away from Ferguson a little bit, but Bruning gets over the cushion out of 2. You saw it on your screen, right side of the screen. Here comes Carson Ferguson. 9 laps down, 3 to go. and it's McIntosh, Moran, O'Neill, Shepard, and Bruning, your transfers. But here comes Carson Ferguson turning up the pressure for the transfer.
Side by side with Bruning out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He stays right there. They're still side by side. Half a car length. We get a car slowing out of turn number 2, and it's sobbing, and we're going to have a Coleman Farms Racing caution is out for the Malvern, Iowa driver.
And yeah, he had been puffing smoke the past few laps. And if you're Carson Ferguson, it was the worst possible time for him. He had just made a move for that final transfer on Tyler Bruning, but Jesse sobbing, man, bad break there for the 99 car out of Malvern, Iowa. 2 wins on the year for that driver at Adams County Speedway and at Boone Speedway. As we talked about, leads the SLMR West Division points, 4th in the East Region points. That Sherwin-Williams entry, and he has limps it to the pit area, and you got to think that race car overheating.
Yeah,
and
I don't see any
trying to
fluid
save it for
leaking,
another day. Nothing out of the overflow either, so it could be a lot of things. Hey, a racetrack like this, it doesn't just test the engine, it tests everything. And right now, a driver that has done very well, car 79, Donald McIntosh, a Rally Auto Parts Rookie of the Year point leader out of Dawsonville, Georgia.
Has he won a heat this year?
I am taking a look. I believe he's won one.
Maybe one.
He has won 2. This will be his 3rd.
Well, there you go. It is mid-September. It's been a long year, brother.
This year's lasted for a couple of years, so it seems.
3 to go. McIntosh has led all the way so far. That Billy Hicks Racing 79 as they go to the Nutrient Solutions restart zone here at Knoxville, back underway.
And McIntosh right through the middle. He'll let it drift wide off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And Moran loses traction. And now you see the 71 car of O'Neill close in on him. Moran gets it back under him. O'Neill's right there with him. Shepard's right there with him. And James, we have just 2 laps to go in Summit Racing Equipment Heat 2. Tyler Bruning firmly in that final transfer.
2 more heats to go. Then we'll have B main in each of the groups down the back straightaway. So Group A cars will be in the inside row of the feature, right? Group B cars will be on the outside as the battle there between Shepard and O'Neill as they come down the main straightaway. Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go. Can the Dawsonville, Georgia lead wire to wire? Out at turn number 2 over Moran, O'Neill, Shepard, and Bruning.
Down the back straightaway, final time battle is the one on the right side of your screen for 3rd. Huddy's got it. Sheppy's right there. Off of turn at number 4, checkered flag out. The winner of Summit Racing Equipment Heat 2, Donald McIntosh. Shepard to 3rd. He'll finish behind Devin Moran, who is 2nd. 4th will go to O'Neill, and your final transfer will be the 16 of Bruning. So your 5th and final transfer, Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa. 4th will go to Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. 3rd to New Berlin, Illinois, Brandon Shepard. 2nd to Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio. And your winner out of Dawsonville, Georgia, Donald McIntosh. Billy Hicks Racing, Coleman Farms Racing, H&H Auto Sales, Lawson Trucking, Bill Stein, Al Belt Custom Homes, Rick Haven Ridge Financial Advisor, NobodyWalksNC.com, Ulster Performance, XS Powered, Clements Powered Longhorn for Donald McIntosh, currently leading that O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year battle, and he leads all the way in Summit Racing Equipment Heat 2. James, Heat 3 making its way out.
So, here comes the comments, right? He sandbagged. You guys did that on purpose. You put him on the pole, right? We heard that at Eldora. Jonathan Davenport, the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia. All kinds of conspiracy theories, but that is where he starts at. And then top 5 transfer. And on the outside of Hanover, Pennsylvania, the 93 of Corey Lawler.
James, if it makes you feel better, I don't think you have any conspiracy, so I'm not going to accuse you of that. As heat race number 3, as you said, Davenport Lawler on the front row, Bobby Pierce and Tyler Erb on row number 2.
How about row 3? Will be the big firm Dalton Wilson and the James Ratliff 18D, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And your current points leader, former winner here in Knoxville, the 20RT, the new track record holder, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Row 4, Chase Younghands out of Manhattan, Kansas, and the 60 of Dan Ebert out of Lakeshore, Minnesota.
And in your final row will be Dean Carpenter. He's out of Coldwater, Mississippi in 51, and Dan Battaglia. He is out of Gretna, Nebraska in 45D. Do we have a new record for a heat race?
Well, we do, and especially in these sprint these tracks where the sprint cars are such a popular division, they keep up with a lot of the track records over the years, not just in qualifying, but also the race records. And Daniel Hilsebeck in that first heat, a total time of 3 minutes, 30 seconds, and a little bit added at the end of that. That takes Max Blair's previous record for a 12-lapper. He had 3 minutes, 36 seconds. So Daniel Hilsebeck led the way in the fastest 12-lap late model heat race in Knoxville Raceway history.
I don't think Brandy would be happy about that, right?
Well, we just got to get Brandy up the stairs. She's been struggling on the front stairs at the house.
Max needs to get the Dolphins a win because they're 0-2. We'll see them next weekend. By the way, Max Blair will be at Brownstown Speedway next Friday and Saturday. The Nutrient Solutions starts Davenport and Lawler. Cool at Thermotech. Heat 3 for Group B. Here we go.
Davenport to the lead. Hang on
and
to it.
We're going to have debris on the racetrack, so we will have a Coleman Farms Racing caution on the racetrack. Young hands.
And Dean Carpenter down there. I can't believe you said that about Brandy, about her falling up the stairs and having it on the doorbell camera. So that was you, James.
Now that was.
Well, now Young Hands, I don't know if he's coming back to get the debris off his race car or he's going to make his way back into the pits. I think he might. I think he's got. I don't think I've ever seen this, James. I think he's coming back to get his sheet metal.
Well, here comes the.
Well, hang on. No, wait.
You don't want to do that.
He may try to meet somebody, and oh no. He was trying to steal the cone.
You want to stick around for the weekend, Chase. You don't want to have to.
Oh my goodness! What?
Yes, we'll see what happens here on the Dave Warren Power Sports replay. What
Tiffany,
happened
can we
there?
see that again? Can we see? I think I'm confused.
Tiffany,
can we see that one more time, please?
He was down. I'm not sure what that was about.
Dalton said, I've been home for the past 2 weeks, and you're going to act like that toward me. Now, let's see. I don't know that Dalton was involved in that, but
I don't know if
I've been wrong many times before, and I will be again.
Dave Warren Power Sports replay.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to do super slow motion.
All right. Well,
let's see what happened. Wilson is in front of him.
Yeah, we had 19s getting together earlier. Now do we have 18s mad at each other? All right, so it's rolling. I think it's Dan Ebert. It was Ebert and okay, all right. And up the track he comes, and we got Battaglia back there and Dean Carpenter. And Dean Carpenter gets into the 18 car with nowhere to go. Well, just like that, Dean Carpenter is back to the pit area. Chase Younghands has found the right direction on the racetrack. He's waiting to rejoin the field. We had a lot happen, James, and we got no laps to show for it. And Cool at Thermotech Heat 3.
I hate to bring in the Bulls Gap security guards for this, or do you?
Get the K9 unit over here.
K9 unit over there. So Chase Younghands.
Their rule book. I don't think I've ever seen the authorities decide in the rule book who won.
Can you imagine those authorities checking Droop?
Oh,
they would have
man.
They would have no clue. They would have no clue, would they? All right, here we go. Davenport.
That was like when Shane Clanton said he was 3 inches away from fitting in Joseph Joyner's car. Randy Weaver told me, he goes, I don't want Clanton checking Droop on me if he thinks he's in 3 inches of getting in Joyner's car. Oh, I love our sport, James. We got some personalities.
Which did they do the better interview at Eldora, or did they do passing points back in? It was in Arizona.
That was in Tucson.
In Tucson. All right.
All right, we're going to keep an eye back in the pack. Make sure there's no hard feelings on this restart as
Tiffany
we're back underway.
Tiffany is vicious, isn't she, on the,
she is.
The headset.
All right, off into 1 and 2. It's looking better than last time. Davenport to the lead, Pearson second. Turbo trying to get the third spot down the back straightaway. Corey Lawler to his outside through turns 3 and 4, and Lawler up over the cushion. That's going to cost him. He'll lose 1, 2, maybe more spots. Lap 1 to Jonathan Davenport.
Down the main straightaway here in heat number 3. Out at turn number 2, JD with the lead. He's 40 points behind Thornton. Again, no championship points tonight or tomorrow night. And again, those two not only battling for $75,000 on Saturday, $10,000 courtesy of Big River Steel. And the Big River Steel Big Four here after this weekend as we keep an eye on the back here between Thornton and Big Perm. Down the back straightaway, Wilson runs in 5th.
Yeah. Right now you see Chase Younghands back in the pack. Damage from earlier. He'll have to go to the B main tonight. Out in front, Jonathan Davenport leads the way in the 49 car. And I tell you what, taking a look at these times, this racetrack is not dropping off much right now. And it gets cooler. You got to wonder, some of that moisture is going to start coming back up as the evening goes along. Meanwhile, Pierce keeping pace with Davenport. Back in third, it is Tyler Erb in the 4th spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Dalton Wilson. Good to have him back out here with the Lucas Oil Series. In the 5th and final transfer, Corey Lawler, Dan Ebert outside looking in. Younghands, Battaglia, and Carpenter out of this one.
How about an E-race with the top 3 drivers in the nation, right? You've got Thornton, Pierce, and Davenport to come off at turn number 4. Bobby Pierce The winner here a year ago. Meanwhile, on the bottom, here comes Uncle T in the 1. The best performance entry. He was dominant here a couple of years ago. He won both preliminary nights, and in quick change gears broke in that car. He did finish, but didn't get the night he wanted. And right now, it is Davenport off of turn number 4, as we have 6 down and 6 to go at the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark.
That's right. Shout out.
I got to show some love,
shout out Tim Sheets in the gang. I tell you what, man, they're another company that every year they increase their support of racing, and you need a jack, pick it up from Hellraiser Jacks. Meanwhile, Davenport is going to close in on Dan Battaglia. Little lap traffic in the heat race, catches a little air off of him. Steps to the outside. That was not the move to make right there. It's Davenport over the cushion.
Wow.
Pierce can't capitalize, and Dan Battaglia still there with him. And that time, Davenport says, you know what, I'm going to take the inside. Now Pierce has got to make some decisions, as he's got Tyler Erb there with him. Back and forth, Ricky Thornton Jr., and my goodness, little lap traffic creating some
you're
chaos
going 100
here
some mile an hour down that straightaway, right? And then on turn number 2, Tyler best to back out of it. Nobody's really run that, well, kind of a former berm there on the bottom, right? Like we used to see it here. As they come out of turn number 4, Davenport way up wide, out at 4, still has the lead. 3 to go, Turbo all over Pearson to 1.
Good battle for second on back, but Jonathan Davenport stretching it out after that scare in lap traffic. Down the back straightaway, Pearson second, Tyler Erb third, Ricky Thornton Jr. fourth, Dalton Wilson in fifth. Dan Ebert running out of time. James, 2 laps to go, and Jonathan Davenport's lead at the line as they're side by side for third is 0.7 of a second. Meanwhile, Thornton goes around Turbo for position number 3, and a little bit of smoke out of Thornton's car.
Davenport a little bit of trouble in 2. Pierce, here comes Turbo on the bottom, and they come out of turn number 4, and Thornton may have a problem. Now he slipped back to 4th. Turbo went right around him down the main straightaway. 2 laps to go. That's Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go. Davenport hanging on down the back straightaway. Thornton has a run on Tyler Urban to turn 3 for third.
Barron's Performance, 1 to go. Final time out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Jonathan Davenport survives chaos to win. Kuwait Thermotech Heat 3. Bobby Pierce second. Tyler Erb third. Ricky Thornton Jr. fourth. Dalton Wilson comes home in position 5. Ebert, Waller, Battaglia, everybody else off to a B main. Picking up the win in Kuwait Thermotech Heat Race number 3. He survived a scare. Jonathan Davenport, number 49. The Nutrien Ag Solutions, Bill Stein, ASC Warranty, Donna Gross Seed, Lucas Oil Products, Mark Martin Automotive Group, Midwest Sheet Metal, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas entry. And he heads off to the main event. He takes Bobby Pierce, Tyler Erb, Ricky Thornton Jr., and Dalton Wilson with him. That one had several close calls, James, but somehow we stayed green after that first lap. And just like that, 3 heats in the books. Simpson Race Products Heat 4 up next.
2 B mains are away, and then we'll have the field set for the 25-lap A main. Simpson Race Products Heat 4 does not have a Simpson in it tonight. They were both in first heat, the first heat here tonight, right? Or this, first heat.
Yes, first heat.
Okay, this will have Jake Neal. Jake from Omaha, right? He's out of 6J car from Omaha, Nebraska in the Al and Lori Humphrey entry. Blair Nodorf, he's alongside the 76 Snowdrift. He's out of Renner, South Dakota.
Inside of row 2, Daniel Adam out of Peru, Illinois in the 75, and the 76 of Brandon Overton from Evans, Georgia.
Row 3 will be Garrett Alberson. He is 6th in the points. He's out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the Roberts Racing entry. And Aaron Morant, fastest in this group, second fastest in Group B. He's out of Richmond, Missouri, the 1XM.
Row 4, Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida in the 6, and the 51 of Matt Furman out of Iowa City, Iowa. And on the back row, furthest way to go, Sheffield, Illinois, Rich Bell in the 21B. James, I pick up my phone for a split second, and I got like 87 texts. Over half of them is wanting to know how Thornton started 6th in his heat. Carson Ferguson was 6th in his. Brian Shirley, again, the top 6 in every heat race get inverted. You get points for qualifying.
Yes, sir.
And the top 6 in each heat get inverted. And look, let's be honest, it's tough on a night like tonight when you have an inversion because racetrack's so fast, but the rules are set in place in advance of the event.
And they used to invert 8. You and I have been coming here. I've been at every one of them except the first one. It was always an invert of 8.
And it makes it tough. There's no two ways about it. I think tomorrow night, obviously, we're going to get some moisture tonight, hopefully after we can get done tonight. But after that, tomorrow looks dry. I think you'll see a racetrack that'll start tomorrow night tacky, but it'll get dry faster. We'll see more of the Knoxville you expect. It's been tough on the invert guys tonight. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. It has been a tough road to be on. And you talk about the guy on the pole of this one, Jake Neal. I talked to him in the pit area. He had to sit out about a month. They have some mechanical issues there late in August. The car he is in, they have not raced since the Wild West Shootout. He raced this race car at Vado Speedway Park back in January, and he breaks it out tonight. He finds himself on the pole of Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 4, and Blair Nodorf alongside the Renner, South Dakota driver, 2-time Tri-State Late Model Series champion. is rolling the racetrack just a little bit. I think checking for some debris. And Daniel Adam needed a push start. Hey, when you're at the sprint car capital of the world, you got to have at least one car that's got to be pushed off. And tonight, that's Daniel Adams. So the 75.
You sure it's not Dylan McCowan or Mike McKinney? No, but it is Daniel Adams back in his dad's
there's
car.
been times this year where you almost catch yourself on it. But yeah, and I want to say Daniel's dad, Joe, they've given a lot of drivers chances to come up and do some things in that car and do different things as Daniel stepped back to race the mod some this year. And Joe and Daniel Adam, again, doing so much for racing and much respect, giving a lot of young, talented drivers chances to go and run some events they might not otherwise.
See Blair Nodorf on the Lucas Oil Tour some year, wouldn't you? That 76 car runner, South Dakota.
Well, by the time Speed Weeks is over, he's normally raced 87 times, so why not? It'd be a long tow from South Dakota. South Dakota would be a tough base for either Lucas Oil or the Outlaws if you're running a national tour.
Yeah. Well, the final heat of the night, we should have, 2 B mains coming up, one for Group A, one for Group B, and then we'll have the field set. No provisionals tonight, nor tomorrow night. Same program tomorrow night. We invite you on out as we have Jake Neal and Blair Nodorf out of turn number 4 at the Nutrien Solutions start zone. The final heat of the night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Ben Shelton.
Jake Neal gets a good start. Blair Nodorf about a half car length back, set off into 1 and 2. No. Oh, contact, little tail whip off into 1 and 2. Somehow they both save it. My goodness, that could have been bad.
That's like Davenport there. That's probably like driving down the highway in the wintertime. You hit a patch of ice, and it's like, man, he went to the outside of Battalion. And we got problems out at turn 4, and he may have I thought he had a tire down. Daniel Adams going to call it a heat race as he goes back to the pits. Here comes Brandon Overton and Anthony Burroughs crew chief 76 car all over the 58 with Zach Houston turning the wrenches on that car.
What about Jake Neal out in front? Jake says, throw the checkered flag right now. Let's call it a race right now.
You say he's coming back from mechanical issues.
Yeah, he set out. I think his last race was there
and
late
August.
August.
Back to Knoxville.
And he comes back to Knoxville, a place that will not test your equipment whatsoever. And he had some strong runs with us. The Wild West Shootout came out there for the first time back in January, but he's got company as here comes the 76 of Blair Nodorf. And 2-car breakaway out in front. Back in 3rd, Garrett Alberson. In the 4th spot, Brandon Overton. In 5th, Aaron Morant. In 6th, Clay Harris. And then it is Furman and Rich Bell. Battle heating up for the lead, though.
Yeah, getting the Alha and Lori Humphrey 6 got a little sideways. There comes Nodorf all the way to turn number 1. Garrett Alberson still 3rd.
With Jake.
And hang on, Jake out at 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Garrett Alberson. Here comes Brandon Overton. And here comes Aaron Morant.
Can you imagine how scary it is? You're leading, and that car snaps to the right, and you're hauling the mail, as we talked about earlier. As back in the 4th spot, Overton gets sideways. Morant closes in on him. Out in front, Jake Neal is doing a heck of a job as Alberson now is going to come after Snowdrift for the 2nd spot.
Garrett Alberson, and right now he currently is in position number 6 in the championship points. In that battle with Shepard, 5th and 6th, they can't get into the top 4, but they can go for $100,000, which 5th place pays. Jake Neal's hanging on.
And that car, Jake's car, is really tight on entry to 1, but after that, it's a rocket ship. But that's allowed Nodorf to close back in on him. And Blair Nodorf in car 76, turning up the wick, James. 7 down, 5 to go. And as I say that, Nodorf gives away some track position off of turn number 4.
Out at 2, down the back straightaway. Nodorf will have a run. That's where they get to run here in Knoxville, similar to Eldora. Alberson still 3rd, Overton 4th, Aaron Morant right now in 5th. Out at turn 4, down the main straightaway. Whoa, Neal comes out way wide as they enter in turn number 1. It's still Jake Neal, 4 laps to go.
Well, Alberson had closed in on Nodorf. Nodorf drove away from him. He catches back up to Jake Neal. Meanwhile, back in 4th, Overton's got his hands full with Aaron Morant. Clay Harris is catching both those drivers, but running out of time. James, 3 laps to go, and I really think it's kind of a toss-up between who it's going to be, Jake Neal or the 76 and Nodorf that wins this one. Those two have been the class of the field here in Summit. Simpson Race Products, Heat 4. This time out of turn 4, they race back to 2 to go, and Nodorf closes in on Neal in a hurry.
Out of turn number 4, Jake Neal still has the lead, 2 to go. Right here is where he gains on him. Neal much better through turn 2 that time, Ben. And here comes Garrett Alberson at 58 in on Nodorf for 2nd.
That was Jake's best run through there. That might have been Nodorf's worst. The right side of your screen, Aaron Morant in the final transfer spot. Barron's Performance, 1 to go. Jake Neal trying to become the 39th different driver to win the Simpson Race Products heat race this year.
Boy, Overton throwing it in on Garrett Alberson. Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go. And right now, Jake Neal looks like he's going to lead it wire to wire off of turn number 4.
Checkered flag in the air. Jake Neal wins Simpson Race Products Heat 4, coming home in second. Blair Nodorf, third to Garrett Alberson, fourth to Brandon Overton, fifth to Aaron Morant. So Nodorf will slow immediately after the checkered flag up in 1 and 2, but your fifth and final transfer, Aaron Morant out of Richmond, Missouri. Fourth will go to Georgia's Brandon Overton, third to New Mexico's Garrett Alberson. South Dakota's Blair Nodorf gets back under power. He'll drive out of turn 2. He finishes in second, but your winner, first ever, I believe, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Heat Race win out of Omaha, Nebraska, Jake Neal and the Scott Bailey-powered Rocket Chassis, Joyce Agronomics, Downtown Recycling, Todd's Body and Glass, Select Auto, Prevost Racing, and JEH Farms, all sponsors for Jake Neal in cart number 6. He wins Simpson Race Products Heat 4, the 39th different driver to win a Simpson Race Products Heat race in 2025 of the Lucas Oil Series. And you see Nodorf heading back to the pit area. He stopped briefly up in turns 1 and 2, James. They're going to check for some debris up there, as we have got a heavy cushion on both ends of this racetrack. We've got 4 heat races in the books. And we're going to step aside and thank some sponsors. When we come back, they're already lining B main action up from here. The Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals, presented by All Makes Collision, the 21st edition opening night. We'll be right back.